Question 6 is on Voronoi diagrams. It is worded a little bit tricky, but the actual questions, we've just got to read through and see what it's asking us to work out. So we've got these four different points, A, B, C, D, and they're different stations where environmental readings are taken. And we've got on there the Voronoi diagram drawn. We're trying to work out for the first question, so the officer is taking like an experiment to take the level of pollution. And the first question, it says that he decides to use an expected value, to use as an expected value the average pollution recorded at 3 of the stations. So we need to work out where's going to be a good place for him to do this. So it's going to be at this place here, which was point N. Okay, we're told in the question that that is coordinate N. And the reason that that's a good place to do the reading is because it's in the middle of B, C, and D. Okay, so therefore 3.5 is going to be the best place to do that reading. Okay, which is an equidistance or equal distance between D, C, and B. So therefore it's going to give us the most accurate reading because it's not going to be weighted being closer to one than the other. And we don't want to use A because it's significantly larger than the other values. Okay, so there was 2 marks there to explain why and where. So using B, C, and D is the first mark, and then placing it at N is the second mark because of the distance. And then for the second part of that question, we want to find the value he'll use. So that's just saying that he uses the average of those 3 towns. And the values of that were 2.1, 2.6, so for B, C, and D, and 2.8. So to find an average, we divide by how many we've got, and therefore his reading at that place is probably going to be 2.5. So there was 1 mark for that section. And then question C, they're designing a waste dump to incinerate the town's rubbish, so to burn it. And there's going to be an impact on the air quality. And the town planners obviously want to minimize that as much as possible. And where the readings are taken, so A, B, C, and D, we want to keep them as low as possible. So that means that we want to place this dump as far away as possible from A, B, C, and D. So we need to explain where we're going to locate it. So we know that the furthest away possible is going to be on one of the vertex points. So it's going to be one of these 2 places. So to find out the best place out of those 2, I need to find the distance and the distance, and then compare and see which one is going to be further away and therefore better to use. So it's going to be at one of those 2 places. So there's a mark for your reasoning to say that it's one of those 2 places. And then we need to work out what that distance is. So for example, I could take from N either DN, CN, or BN. I'm going to take BN. It seems, yeah, whichever one, they're all going to be the same because of the kind of definition of where that point lies. So I'm working out the distance from B to N, which is going to be using my distance formula given in the formula book. So 60 minus 40 squared. And don't forget to use the 60 and the 40, not the 6 and the 4. And 20 minus 35 squared. And then I'm going to square root that, and that gives me 25 kilometers. Okay.